We are living in the wealthiest era in human history. Yet somehow there's a strange epidemic spreading right now. People are richer than ever before, but more anxious, more depressed, and more empty. Successful people wake up every morning feeling trapped because they never actually escaped the system. They simply upgraded their prison cell. This flowchart shows the formula we're taught from childhood. Go to school, get a stable job, take out a mortgage, and constantly upgrade your lifestyle. We are sold this path as a safety net, but hidden inside this progression is a mechanism for lifelong dependency. The moment a lifestyle becomes expensive, the person living it loses their most critical asset, the ability to say no. No to toxic jobs, no to burnout, no to manipulation. Freedom disappears quietly. This is why the daily stress experienced by someone making $40,000 is often identical to someone making $400,000. The income changes, but the prison remains the same. If missing a single paycheck would destroy your life, you aren't actually wealthy. That is survival, delivered in premium packaging. Modern consumerism functions by weaponizing human desire. It sells status and validation rather than actual utility. Social media has accelerated this by making success performative. In the digital age, a high-income life is only as valuable as its visibility. This forces the middle class into fragile debt just to maintain a specific image for strangers. This diagram shows the exact beneficiaries of that performance. In the center is the consumer, and branching off are three engines designed to extract resources: banks profiting from debt, corporations profiting from insecurity, and algorithms profiting from attention. Every notification, every targeted ad, and every new trend is competing to control your decisions. While most people believe they are choosing what to buy, they are usually just reacting to precisely targeted stimuli. The external economy is functioning exactly as intended. It keeps the individual financially fragile by tying their core identity to constant, visible consumption. But money isn't the real cage. The real cage is psychological. Society operates on the lie that reaching a specific financial milestone or buying a specific item will finally make a person feel complete. Human psychology doesn't work that way. This is the hedonic treadmill, the function of temporary happiness spikes when you make a new purchase or get a salary increase, but within a few months, your brain adjusts. The line decays back to the baseline, and you are immediately prompted to find a new desire. You run faster, but emotionally, you stay in the same place. Because we equate achievement with self-worth, high achievers often fall into an exhausting cycle of optimization. They try to outrun their emptiness with morning routines, biohacking, and relentless productivity. Life eventually starts to feel like a never-ending performance review. Deep burnout becomes so common that it is treated as a badge of honor rather than a sign of a failing system. When the inevitable emptiness hits, the system offers its final defense: distraction. Endless scrolling and constant shopping provide the dopamine needed to avoid sitting in silence. Silence is dangerous because it leads to uncomfortable questions. Questions about whether we actually enjoy our lives, or if we are just chasing goals we didn't choose. Most people stay in the loop because answering those questions require changing everything. Escape starts with a radical shift in definition. Real wealth has almost nothing to do with luxury. Real wealth is control. Total ownership of your time, your attention, your environment, and your decisions. It is the ability to move through the world without needing external validation to feel valuable. Those who escape the system prioritize delayed gratification. They choose to invest instead of flex. They build quietly while others consume loudly. This curve usually describes money, but it also maps how focus works. Every time you reject a debt, you lower your future anxiety. Every time you reclaim your attention from an algorithm, you strengthen your ability to think clearly the next day. These small gains in mental clarity create a feedback loop. Eventually, your psychological freedom begins to build on itself, exploding upward just like compound interest. As you protect your focus and ignore trends, the invisible prison slowly loses its power. The bars fade because the system no longer has a hook in your identity. In a world addicted to noise and attention, the ultimate status symbol isn't a supercar. It is an unshakable peace of mind. Before you spend another year working to impress people you don't like, ask yourself, are you building wealth Or are you just meticulously decorating your prison cell? Freedom comes from owning your time and your mind. To see the exact mathematical principles that allow the wealthy to secure that freedom automatically, watch our next video on the power of compounding right now.